You ever wonder meeting someone you admire for their work? Let me tell you my story. I have to get across Dubai to meet him. Join me as I travel to bus, metro, and then tram to reach him. So I've just realized that the tram does not go to the place I want to go, but I have a better option, probably more fun option which I can choose. So I got to know Arjun Menon. If you're living under the rock, famous for his automotive photography and the Toy Story, is in Dubai. But the question remains, why do I want to meet him?
As much as I love his professional work, I got introduced to his work in lockdown while he was doing Toy Story. And these are my two favorite shots. And from there comes the soul-wrenching, heart-burning question.
Which superhero is his favorite? So the excitement on my face. We are right now in front of Arjun's house. Hey man, how are you?
Good.
Come.
To meet you.
Welcome. Hi. Hi Alisha, how are you?
How's it going?
It's good.
It's
crazy.
I was actually thinking, we could have done it over a...
No, I really wanted to meet. But buses, trains, and then cycle, I guess.
It is crazy.
But it's all worth it. I have to ask you this. So I have been a fan of Toy Story, and it's crazy that you have done what you have done with the whole series. But how did you thought of doing old computers and then action figures?
Okay. So, just to give you some context behind the kind of work that I love to do, my company's name is called Art Leaves a Mark. Right? The whole reason I got into photography kind of came to me at the right time in my life, because I was pursuing microbiology at the time and I had done my degree, and I was just thinking, okay, I have so many years of career left, and do I want to spend that much time in a laboratory or not? And that's when photography came to me. So when COVID hit, the main aspect was we were all bound to the things that our family and environment, but we can't really get out. So I thought, okay, I was still itching to kind of create something, do something different. And for the longest time, I've been a massive fan of action figures. So yeah, I mean, for me, it was a very organic process where I thought maybe I should create and tell stories with my action figures and create situations which I might not have the time enough to do it in a regular scenario, right? And that's how I started off with just experimenting at home. I used to collect everything at home and create, these surreal worlds around them. With my experience in advertising and photography, I kind of used that, my lighting techniques and all of that. I brought it down to subjects that are very small and miniature, but also I'm not restricting my thought process to just be limited to just the house, So creating worlds was something that was very exciting for me. And since most of these characters have their own backstories and their own, character arcs, it was great to kind of piggyback on that. And, it's not just me who loves these characters. These characters have a global appeal, and I was like, I have the opportunity to just create scenarios and tell stories, and that's the best possible. So all of my COVID work was basically with this project.
When I see it, I always see it as how I'm reading comics, and I'm seeing it as as graphic as comics and everything. And now the important question comes in, and which is the superhero you love?
Oh my god. Okay. So as you can see, I have a bunch, but I have a much bigger collection back in India as well. So, and there's a bunch in my cupboard as well, which is packed. So there's not enough space, basically. I love a lot of different superhero and fictional characters, but one of my favorites it has to be Batman. Okay.
Dark Knights.
Yeah, I mean, from the comic universe itself till the whole Nolan verse, and now the latest films as well. I really love the human element in the Batman story. I really love the fact that it's relatable in the sense that, it's not like Batman has like a superpower that you can do anything you want. He's still limited to intelligence. He's supremely like wealthy, yes, but it's still, storytelling which is possible, in a
more human way.
More of a detective story, more of cinema that you could enjoy not being a Batman fan as well. So that is what kind of got me hooked onto Batman as a kid, and then later when
The whole DC world.
DC universe kind of came together with Nolan and talented artists. Now if you see, the last two Jokers have also won Oscars. So it's also
the
serious
characters.
cinema. Yeah, it's serious cinema. It's deep. It's not very superficial. It's not about just like superpowers here and there and you magically save the world. It's more relatable, I feel, like as a human being. So Batman has to be. I mean, Batman is a very flawed character as well, right? Like even in the films and comics, you see the internal battles that he's fighting. So it's something that I feel a lot of. I don't want to hit on MCU, but I feel like MCU kind of becomes superficial in a lot of ways, and they don't go deep into the story of the individual all the time. I mean, they do it sometimes and it comes out really well. But yeah, that's what I think Batman as a franchise has nailed almost every single time. So
perfect. It was super fun. Like it's I'm so grateful and I'm so happy, alhamdulillah, that I get to meet the people I get to meet and I get to do these things. So I just had the most amazing meeting. I have been fan of his work for a long time, and meeting him was like, it was a dream come true. I'm really happy that this day turned out to be the way it is. I think with that, let's get it done.